there, my dudes. How you been? Oh, whatever you've been up to this week, it's been presidential.
Oh, no! John Wilkes Booth! Hasta la vista, Edie.
Welcome back to another Soul Singer Discovers. Today on Soul Singer Discovers, we're going to be rediscovering a band. But before we get there, it's time for another Metalhead Musings. Today's Metalhead Musings comes from Motorhead, spelt with 4s and 0s. Motorhead says, when you spend some time with punk, thrash and speed metal, your ear will tune to the pace and flow of the music. I have seen that before where folks that were not used to my type of music got overwhelmed by it and could not follow the lyrics. It's a lot like accents. Motorhead, honestly, I read that Metalhead Musings and I just thought that is the most accurate representation of what metal is to people who don't listen to it. It's an accent. It's an accent you haven't heard before, but if you live in that accent for a while, you'll 100% get used to it. And then before you know where you are, you start picking it up a little bit. I've listened to a lot of metal over the past year, and I would 100% say that when I hear metal music now, it's not the same visceral reaction as I had before of like, oh God, no, it's too much, it's too much. I don't have that anymore. I can hear more detail. I can hear bits that I like about it. It's very interesting. But what a wonderful explanation. Thank you very much, Motorhead. Put it this way, some of you have been subscribed for a whole year. You've been listening to this accent for a whole year. I'm sure some of you, when you first tuned in, couldn't understand a goddamn word. But now look at you. You're sitting, you're listening, you get it. Also, if you'd like to hear more of my accent, you can come and watch me on Twitch under Melanie Kelly. Be warned, I speak faster and with less consonants. Today on Soul Singer Discovers, we're going to be rediscovering Judas Priest. That's right. Everyone kept suggesting to me that I listen to Judas Priest now, or more modern, so that I can hear how Rob's voice has continued to be fantastic. And I was definitely interested to do that. Every Judas Priest that I've listened to up to this point has been absolutely outstanding. I love Rob's voice. He is in my top 5 of greatest metal vocalists of all time. I haven't listened to anything modern. There is a part of me that's worried that I'm going to listen to it and go, oh no, it's not the same, which is completely fine. I think one of the things that singers get is a really unfair thing of being like, the minute their voice starts to go or isn't what it was when they were in their 20s and 30s, all of a sudden people start talking shit about it. And it's like, when you're a singer, you can't change your strings, you can't buy new skins, you can't just go and get a fancy new instrument. Your instrument's inbuilt, you have to get what you get. So I definitely feel for any singer who starts to find that they have damage or that age just creeps up on their voice. So I think I would give Rob a pass, to be honest. But let's check it out, shall we? Today, the song that we're going to be listening to is from 2012. It's a live performance, so it's not smack up to date, but it's a song that I wanted to do. I'd had it suggested quite a few times. And it's called Turbo Lover. We don't need to talk to Rosie. We already know all we need to know. Let's just get into it, shall we? This is Judas Priest with Turbo Lover. Boop. I'm very excited.
You won't hear me.
Ooh.
But you'll feel me. Without warning, something's turning inside. Then within your senses, you know you're defenseless. How your heart
Pausing. Okay, the intonation is still rock solid. As a singer, the best thing you can have is great intonation. I don't care what anyone says. I don't want to hear anyone's opinions on range or any of that, because Rob has that or had that. I haven't heard him go any higher here, but I'm sure he still has it. But intonation is just so much more important, because if you don't work on that, and when you're singing, your notes sort of dip in and out of key of the note, it's just so unpleasant to listen to. And it's so easily a bad habit that can be formed. It can be formed so easily. If you're not doing any practice, or you're constantly singing along with other singers, or you're constantly singing along with a track, something that's constantly correcting your intonation, you will find eventually that you will become vocally lazy. And before you know where you are, you're singing out of tune a lot, or your notes are going out of tune. And there's none of that. There's none of that. And he's doing some like low. There's some chesty stuff going on. He is very much in his chest right now. He's reached up a little bit with a couple of little distorted bits. But it's all very tasty right now. I'm still super happy. Thank God. Let's keep going. Boop. Great for battle.
We hold each other closer as we shift overdrive, and everything goes rushing by with every nerve alive. We move so fast it seems as though we've taken to the sky. Loud machines in harmony, they hear the engines cry.
That was beautiful. To heaven in this roaring heavy load, and in sheer repentance we shut up and explode. Tell me there's wasn't sure if he was going to go up past his very chesty area, his passaggio, and he absolutely did. He absolutely did. He didn't stay up there, but the thing is, Rob was in his 60s. He was 61, 62 in 2012. Honestly, there's some singers who are in their 20s and 30s who don't have the bulletproof intonation and the beautiful vibrato that Rob has. And that's the truth. I love his vocals. It's hard not to concentrate just on him. I realise the band are doing a really fabulous job as well. I am very aware of that, although I will call out the guitarist at the start there, because I don't know what he was clapping on, but it wasn't the 2 and the 4. Yeah, Rob's just got this really great control. That's the best word to describe Rob Halford's singing. It's so controlled. There's never a point when he's performing that I've seen where he is not completely understanding exactly what he's doing and what he's about to do. And on that stuff where he's going a little bit higher in his register and he's putting distortion on things, it all feels very calculated and it's so great. And then, whirling his mic around and the crowd singing along, and he's got that same sort of like, I would say perhaps his performance is not as frenetic, but he still has such a wonderful presence. Like, you can't help but watch him to see what he's going to do next. And even on the most subtle of melody lines, there's still such a beautiful warmth to his voice that it's so pleasing to listen to. Yeah, I really enjoyed the song. I don't know if I would rank it as one of my favourites, but for sure, I don't think you could play me a Judas Priest song at this stage, which I wouldn't enjoy it, because I think Rob's so great. Hats off, hats off. I think keeping hold of your voice as you get older is really tricky. And one of the considerations that needs to be taken into account is things like, how much do I smoke? How much do I drink? What drugs do I do? Blah, 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 blah. I don't know much about Rob's personal life, but whether or not he has partaken in these things, his voice has survived it, And my reference for all these things is such a bizarre reference, is Tom Jones. Tom Jones is 145. And despite that, his voice, granted, is not as flexible as it was when he was in his 20s and 30s. But why the fuck would it be? I don't want to hear anyone talking about like, oh, but they don't sound as good as they did when they were 25. Mary, if you're in your 60s and 70s and you are fully capable of doing everything you could when you were 24, I'm really impressed, but also that's not normal. It's not normal. That's not traditional for human beings to be able to do that, So yeah, if you keep your voice through to that age, my hat goes truly off to you. Yeah, I really love this, but I love Rob Halford. What do you think? I mean, it's almost incidental what you think, because if you don't agree with me, what do you think about Rob Halford? Only good things? What do you think about this song? What do you think about Judas Priest as a whole? What do you think about vocalists who continue to sing well into their 60s? And do you think it is mostly good or mostly bad? Let me know in the comment section. As always, thank you to my patrons. Thank you to you out there for continuing to subscribe, share, comment, and do all of that other cool stuff. Don't forget, you can check me out on the old Twitch if you want to come in every Monday. Every Monday, we will be doing Soul Singer Discovers live, so why not come and join us? Or suggest some more Judas Priest over there on a Monday night. Until next time, my dudes, remember there's a right answer and a wrong answer, and the right answer is Rob Halford rules. Okay.